Hey, and welcome. Today, we're cracking open the modern playbook for business innovation. The world of work has been completely turned on its head, so we're going to dig into the core strategies that the winning companies are using to really stay ahead of the curve. Let's jump right in.
The ground has totally shifted beneath our feet, right? From where we work to how we work, the old rules just don't apply anymore. So the big question is, are you ready for this? Because this isn't just about surviving the change. It's about having the right plays in your pocket to come out on top.
All right, play number 1 in our book. This is the one you can see and feel right away, redesigning the whole concept of the workplace. And this is the foundation. Everything else gets built on top of this.
And look, this whole move to hybrid work, it's not just some temporary fix. It's a real strategic decision. Companies are actively jumping on these new models because they've found that sweet spot, between giving employees the flexibility they crave and getting the efficiency the business absolutely needs.
This also means we have to think differently. The focus is no longer on counting the hours someone is sitting at a desk or rewarding FaceTime in the office. No way. The most forward-thinking managers are encouraging their teams to work smarter, not longer. Success is all about the results you achieve, not the hours you clock in.
Okay, let's move on to our second play, and you'll see how this builds. Once you've redesigned the where and the when, you've got to upgrade the how. It's all about supercharging your operations with the right tech.
And yeah, that's exactly where digital transformation comes in. And listen, this isn't just about buying some fancy new software. It's about fundamentally rethinking how work actually gets done. Technology is the engine that's powering this whole new flexible workplace.
It creates this incredible cause and effect chain. So first, companies roll out tools like AI and automation. What does that do? Well, it lets them streamline all those repetitive, time-sucking tasks. And the result? Your people are freed up to focus on what we humans do best: strategy, creative problem solving, and real innovation. And the payoff for making this investment is huge. By using technology, companies are making decisions faster and smarter. They're creating way better experiences that customers absolutely love. And of course, overall efficiency just skyrockets, which pushes the whole business forward.
So we've got a new workplace, we've got new tools, but you know what? None of it works without the most important piece of the puzzle, the human element. So play number 3 is all about cultivating a mindset, a culture that can actually thrive in this new world.
I know. We've all heard this phrase a million times, but it has never been more critical than it is right now. Thinking outside the box is no longer some worn-out cliché from a motivational poster. In today's business world, it's a core survival skill. It really means being willing to experiment and challenge the way things have always been done.
So how do you actually make that happen? Well, great leaders are fostering this culture by being proactive. They're supporting employee well-being to stop burnout in its tracks. They're looking ahead and anticipating future challenges by analyzing trends. They encourage people to try new things without being afraid of failure. And they're brave enough to venture into totally new markets.
Okay, so you've got the strategies, but let's be real, a great play is totally useless if you can't communicate it. How do you talk about all this innovation with the kind of clarity and authority that a real leader has? Well, it turns out there's a specific linguistic tool that makes all the difference.
Have you ever noticed how the most effective leaders can explain these really complex situations in a way that's just sharp and efficient? There's a reason for that. It's a communication technique that, believe it or not, you've actually been hearing throughout this entire explainer.
So take this first example. The phrase, having faced rapid change, does more than just state a fact. It efficiently connects a past event, that rapid change, to the current action, rethinking strategies. See how that works? It's a really powerful way to show cause and effect without a bunch of extra words.
Or how about this one? Rolling out artificial intelligence tools. This structure shows you two things happening at the same time, in parallel. As the tools are being rolled out, the processes are being streamlined. The connection between those two actions is just instant, it's seamless.
And finally, look at this. Encouraged by early success, this phrasing instantly gives us the reason for the action. Why are they venturing into new markets? Well, because of that early success. It's cause and effect, all packed into just a few powerful words.
So what is this magic tool? It's called a participle clause. Now, seriously, forget the dry grammar rules. Don't let the name scare you. Think of this as a power tool for business communication. It lets you join ideas, shorten your sentences, and make your message sound more formal and way more impactful.
Okay, let's break down how this works in practice. So the ing form shows actions happening at the same time. Having plus the past participle links something that already happened to something happening now. And the past participle clause? That often tells you the reason for an action. This right here is your practical guide to speaking like a strategist.
So, to wrap up our entire playbook, it all comes down to these core actions. You need to adopt new work models, streamline your processes with tech, foster a culture of real innovation, anticipate what's coming next, roll out the tools to get you there, and of course, have the courage to venture into new territory.
You know, if there is one single thing to take away from all of this, it's this. Adaptability will define the future. Period. The companies that win and the leaders who succeed are going to be the ones who make adaptability their #1 strength.
Which leaves us with one final big question for you. You've got the playbook, you've got the tools, you even have the language to talk about it. So what will you venture next?